Sheffield United, in other words, the new book. Somebody asked me how it came about, and there's no easy answer to that, if I'm being honest. It was one of the first things I ever wrote for the programme, and Kevin Cookson, our programme editor, came to me a number of years ago and just said, look, we know you do a bit of writing. Would you like to write something to sort of contribute to the programme? And the answer was, yeah, I'd love to try my hand at doing something on a bit more of a regular basis. And at the time, I was and still am the former player officer for the football club, which means that any player that's played for Sheffield United, any player's family for those that are long gone, any connection to the Blades, I'm the one that manages it and looks after it, which has been, for me, a brilliant and very, very interesting journey. And I think I've said before, you never ever think you'll see the day when the players that you idolised from the terraces as a kid become your friend. And in some cases, players that you never saw, but you heard about from your dad or your granddad or whatever, they told you they were the absolute bee's knees, the very best. To actually get to know them, true United legends, that's a rare privilege. And what the book does is take a lot of what I think are the best pieces that we wrote for the programme many, many moons ago and put them into one volume. The interesting thing was, when I started to look at doing the book and going back over the pieces themselves that were written sometimes 16, 17 years ago, it just struck you how much things had changed. And in some cases, the players weren't with us anymore. You know, I was really, really lucky to sit down with players like Alan Hodgkinson, the great Jock Dodds, people like that who were really just names before that. I never saw any of them play. Jimmy Hagan was another one who's not in this book, funnily enough. We'll probably use that for another edition if we do it again. But I tried to pick out what I thought would be a really, really interesting cross-section of the years I did. So everything from pre-war up to virtually present day. There's some fantastic characters in there, some fantastic stories. And what we tried to do to give it a sort of up-to-date feel is for each one of the pieces write a bit of an update or introduction to it. So telling you roughly when the piece was written, how things were back then. And then to sort of cap it off and bring it right up to present day, there's an epilogue, if you want, to each piece. So sort of filling you in where the player is now, if they're still with us, what they're doing. And for me to find it really interesting going back, I kept every one of these pieces. And in actual fact, there was probably 120 of them. So to delve back in and try and pick what you think are the best 50 or so is really difficult. And there'll be always somebody ask you, why isn't Joe Shaw in there? Or why isn't Jimmy Hagan in there? And the answer is because we saved them for another time, I suppose. There was so much to go at. What we tried to do was put something together which we thought people would really read and enjoy, and hopefully enjoy a walk back with us through the history of Sheffield United, through the stories and the times and the lives of the players who built it. So for me, it's been an interesting book to put together. In other words, it's going to be something which I'm going to enjoy picking up and reading as a volume again. I hope the people out there who buy our books will. It's been a long time since I've done one. I think the last time I worked on a book was the 125th anniversary one. Everybody's got that. So out for the first week in November, and I understand that you can advance order the books through the shops now, if that's right. But what we'll try and do in the build-up to it is just throw you a few little tastes in over the coming weeks, a few little stories in there perhaps, not enough to spoil it and stop you from reading it, but certainly enough to whet your appetite. So Sheffield United, in other words, is my new book. It's coming out exclusively to Sheffield United FC and to our club shop until January. So that's the only place you'll be able to buy it for ready for Christmas. And there's some great stories in there, some fantastic characters, and we'll touch on those over the next coming weeks.